Welcome, everybody, to Name This Podcast, episode 14, the season finale. And like last week, we're in a different game, this time Warframe. We will be doing other things in the next year.
This season finale is as anticipated as the Seinfeld finale was in the late 90s.
Whoa.
Oh, totally agreed. As you can see,
thousands upon thousands of viewers are on the edges of their seat.
All across the globe, even in the galaxy. As you can see, everybody, we're a little low budget as always. We made some items in game that take time to build, and apparently we were unaware of the time it takes. Welcome to our bench seating, aka in 24 hours they turn into benches and not blue blobs. Spike, Highball, what's going on, fellas? What are you doing, Highball? Oh my god.
I don't know what's going on. I'm stuck this way.
Oh, man.
What is he doing? Hi-oh, look at over here. Look at me. Oh my god.
Wait. Let me come out this way. Hold
Rootsy
on.
Pootsy. Hello.
Wait, look at me this way. Look at me this way. Can you hear me?
No.
Yes, I can see you over there. Hello.
Cheerio!
Oh my god.
I have no idea what's going on. My thing just started doing this. What the fuck?
You're stuck in
I think
a
it's because
mode.
you're asking to trade.
Oh, you're right.
That's what that means.
Did you push down and then hit circle?
There
No.
we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it. Wow.
Yippee!
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what you did. You asked to trade. Oh, so your shop, you had the shop set up technically. Okay. Gentlemen, do you like my black and white candy cane?
Yeah. Looking nice.
I just made it match my Warframe suit, and I didn't really think candy cane. Yeah.
Let me switch the category to talk shows and podcasts in order updated.
Alright, so Spike thought that we can hit the emote for meditating, and it kind of looks like we're sitting, kind of. It's our low budget seating.
Oh yeah.
So, gentlemen, this is our season finale. This is our last podcast of the year.
Yeah, it's been 14 amazing episodes. Got to say, we actually committed, and we did it. Congratulations to all of us.
Hey, I like this actually. This works.
Yeah, I can't believe we've made it 14, 15 weeks doing this.
Who needs
That's
benches?
that's
We just need to do this shit.
we essentially made it 3 months. We made it a quarter of a year consistently doing this.
Quarter of a year.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
Mr. Highball,
we don't
what
do
you
it
been
once.
consuming?
We don't do it once a month. Come on now.
What have I been consuming? Surprise, surprise. My mother surprised me and my dad today with Christmas cookie baking, and so we baked some cookies today, and I've been consuming them all friggin' day. So I got a wee bit of a sugar rush right now. Good old sugar baby. Did we lose audio?
No, we should be good.
Spike, you there? Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got audio. Hold on, let me double check. Yep, we got audio.
Well, instead of there being dead air, let's see. I've just been
Yeah,
making cookies today and watching some TV, but nothing amazing. Just reruns on TV since everything's on break now. Oh no, I watched the movie today, and I didn't forget because it wasn't a good movie. It was a good movie, but I watched the new Netflix movie today called Bird Box with Sandra Bullock, and it's like Netflix's take on A Quiet Place that came out at the beginning of this year with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, where they're in that post-apocalyptic world with creatures that they can't make. If they make noise, the creatures will hear them. And so I saw that movie, and that movie was terrific. But this was Netflix kind of take on that in Bird Box, which is a post-apocalyptic world of a woman and 2 children that she has to protect. And the gist of this is the creatures cannot be seen. If you see them, you die. So everybody in the movie wears blindfolds, and they have to survive. And it actually was a pretty damn good movie. However, I just felt it was too much like A Quiet Place, where it's like a ripoff. But I
like The Quiet Place.
Quiet Place was good. It really was. I was just explaining how I watched the movie Bird Box on Netflix today. The Sandra Bullock movie, which is sort of like A Quiet Place, but it's not about creatures that if they hear you, they'll come and get you. It's about creatures that if you see them, they can kill you. Like it's sort of like The Happening.
Angels. The Stone Angels from Doctor Who.
No, not really like that. That involves like time locking and bullshit science fiction crap. But like this is like it's like The Happening. Remember M. Night Shyamalan's really bad movie with Mark Wahlberg where the plants were killing everyone? And they weren't killing people, but the plants were making people kill themselves. So in this movie, it's sort of the same thing, except it's not the plants. It's just an invisible entity that you can never see. But if you do see it with your eyes, like conveyance through the movie is you never see what they are. But people that you have seen them, you can see them like their eyes turn a certain way, and then all of a sudden they kill themselves. They commit suicide. So it is like The Happening, but it was done better with the fact that they didn't allude it to twist. It's the plants. No, it was
what a twist
depicted that it was creatures that you could not see, but if you do see them somehow, then you will kill yourself.
And is Sandra Bullock as hot as always?
Oh, she was great. She was the best part of the movie. Because I would say the entire movie as a whole, it wasn't as good. It was entertaining, but Sandra Bullock was the best part of the movie. Like, she really made me believe that she was a woman protecting her children. Like, it was really good.
So we need to give it a Pickles Picks prediction or something. What number?
Highball's high score.
Highball, there we go.
I give it a B. I give it a B.
A B.
A B for bodacious.
Oh. B.
And it's got a decent cast in it too, surprisingly. It's got the girl who's going to be in the lead of Battle Angel movie. Got John Malkovich of all actors that we haven't seen in a long time. He's in the movie. And it's got a few other faces that people recognize, but I can't think of their names right now because they haven't really done it much. But it's a decent movie. I recommend it for anybody who likes The Quiet Place. You'll probably enjoy Bird Box.
I might have to check it out.
Bird Box, simple to remember. Box bird. Bird box. Box and bird. Bird and box.
Bird
Yeah,
brain.
that's me. What about you, Spike? What have you been doing? What have you been consuming all day today?
Consuming. Let's see. What was going down this week? Didn't watch any movies or TV. Gaming, I just did this Warframe craziness. I really put this down after 2014. I played it a little in 2015, but then I never touched it, and it made so many new updates and stuff. Like this dojo thing wasn't in the game when I last played it. So kind of enjoying coming back to it, especially because you guys are here. And this is a pretty decent game considering that it was $3.99, which is my favorite price.
$3.99.
Yep. Playing the Warframe, playing shit, not much else. Some COD.
Soma?
No, haven't gotten to Soma yet, but I really want to. But it's kind of one of those games where I feel like I need to give it its proper attention, and it's not just like see, like games like Rocket League, I could turn on, play for 5 minutes, and then rage quit and turn off. But Soma, I got to give it I got to turn all the lights off, I got to get my headphones on, I got to play for 5 hours. but I don't have a lot of time, so. But I am gonna get it soon. Got a little vacation time coming up. I'm gonna be getting into it.
Vacation.
Yeah, but let's see. I think that is it. Just a lot
This
of
game is so
holiday
broken.
food.
This game is so broken. I'm watching the feed, and I'm doing things that's not showing up on your guys' screen. Like I'm seeing Roots' screen through the feed. And I'm like doing stuff, and you're not even seeing me.
Well, you know it's delayed, right?
No, I know the delay's there, but like I'm crouching, and nowhere in this am I crouching. I'm just standing.
Yeah, well, I have my Kubro, and you don't even see my Kubro.
Wow.
Well, hey,
But,
I just like.
Roots, what have you been up to this week?
I just like the fact that you could like have your own space to build and do stuff like that. What has Roots been doing? I'm gonna put one of these Nestle Goobers in my mouth.
Delicious. I'm gonna pound some Doritos.
Oh, Nestle Goobers and Doritos, and I'm eating all different types of sugar cookies today. Oh boy, we're not the health examples.
Oh, I had like 5,000 calories today.
Oh goodness.
So consuming for dinner, we tried a new Mexican restaurant that's local to us. We had some Mexican street. Oh yeah, we had some Mexican street corn. We did this platter with multiple different style of tacos. So you had steak, you had barbecue pork, and then chicken. And on the chicken they had the guacamole and some feta cheese, and it was delicious. Had a tamale. The rice and beans was delicious. Had a little bit of spice to it, but overall, really full.
It was
Oh,
authentic
delicious.
Taco Bell, huh?
It actually, I tell you what, if I had to give it a Roots ranking, I would put it probably at the 8 out of 10 scale. It was really
ranking.
delicious, and I want to go back there one day. But seeing as how I'm on foreseen vacation, we probably won't be going back there soon. So,
Okay.
but
It was
what?
a Christmas splurge.
Pretty much.
Try their special ketchup on rice combo.
No, that is a Roots and his wife specialty that's only done in house.
Nice.
But
Rice and ketchup.
yeah, we do tempura fried chicken nuggets, chop them up, put them in rice, and then just ketchup the shit out of everything. Shut up. What else?
Ketchup, the spice of life.
Yes. I've been consuming with my eyeballs I think I said it on the last podcast, my yearly consumption of The League, the TV show, where I hammer through all 6 or 7 seasons and just watch the hell out of it. I've been playing some zombies and Warframe, like you. I've been consuming this game.
Did you finish Cowboy Bebop?
No, actually, we haven't got back on it yet. Thing is,
Got it.
I binge watch. I'll binge watch like 8 episodes, and then I'll watch another 8 in like a month.
Got
So-
Forget all about it because that's what it does.
it. What's going on?
No, it was good where I left off, but I'll
I take that
finish
back.
it eventually.
It's not what binge watching does to everybody. It does it to some people. I know a few people that can't binge watch because they'll forget what happened in episode 2 if they watched like 10 episodes back to back.
Well, my
Because
thing
it's
is, I like to play games, so gaming in my free time takes priority over television and everything else. Problem is, I spend a lot, if not most of my time looking for a job, so I'm always focused on that, and I try not to turn on the games or the TV while I'm doing that. I try and stay focused, so when I actually do decide to put all that down, it's usually pick up a game time because if I don't pick up a game, the little bit of time I could be gaming, I'll be watching a TV show or something, and I'd rather progress in Warframe than watch a show. But that's because I'm a gamer. I like games.
He likes the progression.
But yeah, Warframe, like you, I played it back in the day. It didn't really grab me back then. I mean, to be honest, the concept doesn't really grab me now, but for the time being, it's actually pretty fun, and especially building our own little dojo, which is what this is called in the game. Well, honestly, if we were higher levels, it wouldn't be too bad because we'd be able to easily farm stuff. Because when we came in here, I naturally had a little bit of everything, but 2 rooms later, and I'm out of most of my shit. But it's cool because the dojo offers you could fight in some rooms, you could have obstacle courses, and then you could build in-game items that you could not build anywhere else. So, really hoping to get more into Warframe, but still looking for my job. So, priorities, son. But that's been. Oh, and consuming Christmas lights. I love Christmas lights. I will be sad the next time we talk. My lights will no longer be up, and that makes me sad.
True. Yeah, we've been doing that too. Riding around, checking them out.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
They got this place around me that like does it like real big, and you actually drive through like acreage, and they like did their whole entire like 10 acres with lights. It's crazy.
That sounds highly enjoyable. I would love that. Now that I think about it, over near me they have an area called the acreage, and I didn't even think to go out that way.
Check it out.
I should. All right. Oh yeah, transition music. Transition music.
Low production for the win.
Where'd you go, Spike? I don't see you. Where'd you go?
I'm sitting meditating.
You're invisible now.
Shit.
All
right. No, I see him. He's there. He's there for me. All right. With that being said, gentlemen, I think we need to. So, I think first and foremost, everybody, I need 50 followers by Christmas here. Come on, help us out. Jam that follow button.
Miracle.
Drop kick the follow button. Tickle the follow button.
We need a Christmas miracle. We need Santa to come and drop you some followers down your chimney.
So the way I was thinking, guys, I think we could lead off with my topic and kind of do it as progression. We'll go to mine, Highballs, and then yours, Spike, because we need to look at the year, review the year, and then see what next year brings us. It's natural progression. I'm excited for the new year, but let's start off, gentlemen, with the shit that was 2018. So, gentlemen, I would like to say, as much as there was good to come out of 2018, and I loved it, I'm fucking kidding. 2018 had good and bad like always, but it was actually pretty fucking terrible. It was pretty terrible personally, but more importantly, get it? See the sarcasm? It was terrible for gaming. Now, I know everybody likes to say some great games came out, and you're right. They did. God of War, Refreshed, Red Dead, Spider-Man, just tons of good games came out. But, with that being said, every developer has tried to take advantage of people more so than ever. EA,
Bastards.
Activision, Bethesda, or ZeniMax, Take-Two, all of these companies are trying to pillage everyone's village. If you guys didn't know, and Blizzard. Spoiler alert, Blizzard just got rid of 100 people. Granted, they paid them a whole year's salary. Apparently, as reported by most major YouTubers, Yang Yeah and Layman Gaming and all them people, apparently what happened was Blizzard had continuously offered employees money to leave. Because we all know what they're going to do. They're going to start making games full of microtransactions. Because they get away with it in Overwatch, and now they're making a mobile Diablo, which is going to be flooded with microtransactions. Blizzard, over the past 6 years, has kicked out or got rid of all of the old school Blizzard guys that were gamers that loved games and tried to be fair with consumers. And now it's being taken over by Activision shills. Mm-hmm. So they got rid of 100 workers at Blizzard. They're gone. So expect Blizzard to sink. Bethesda, how much backlash did it take from them selling something to people, saying there was going to be a nice canvas bag in it, and then sending them a fucking hefty garbage bag with their video game? Oh my god, my bad. They colored it green and put a strap on it. Oh wait, hefty garbage bags come with 2 straps. Get out of here.
Let alone the game was trash itself.
Exactly. They lied. Oh, we're having the beta so we can fix stuff. Guess what happened when the beta came out? The same game was out when it finally released. They didn't change anything. It took them almost 2 months to be able to make it so you could change to widescreen mode. And all they really did was edit one line in the INI file. 2 months for a one-line edit in the INI file.
Jesus.
Bethesda is a fucking joke. And what they're doing now is they just added loot boxes to their broken fucking game.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, this is a Roots rant, boys. So fuck Bethesda. And now the Fallout 76 Reddit, the 10 people that are dumb enough shills to defend Bethesda's fucking trash are saying it's YouTubers' faults that the game is selling poorly. Maybe it's a piece of shit game. Bethesda's trash. 2K Games this year, they basically came out and said that they had made the game grindier so people could grind more or pay money to boost their stats in game. And because of the backlash, they lowered the grind. Really, they made it grindier so when people complained, they didn't have to lower it as much as they would have initially. Same thing with Rockstar and selling the gold bars. They raised the bar super high so when people complained, they brought it down a little bit just to make people say, oh, they're fixing it. No, they're not. They're still robbing you blind by making you pay $50 real world for one in-game fucking virtual gun or horse or outfit.
So, what developer is doing it right? Who's setting the example that everyone else should be working towards?
Well, I would say CD Projekt Red.
Okay. They make The Witcher, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, and they give you some free content, and then they sell you some. It's
but they don't make it a gambling thing. It's just you basically pay for content, not a fucking microtransaction.
Yeah, no loot box bullshit. No loot boxes. No in-game currency.
Loot box.
Yeah, no loot box. No in-game currency to buy items with, where they try and make you think you're not spending as much as you are. They say, hey.
Supposedly, their next project, they've promised to follow the same model, correct?
Yes. And it's okay, you know? We'll give you a couple free
Cyberpunk.
skins. We'll give you what they did with The Witcher, okay? They gave some free skins. They gave some free new movesets with swords, some new finishing moves with weapons. They gave you some free new quests and something else free. And then you could buy some skins if you wanted. And you could buy the DLC, which was like new areas of the game, like a whole new map, new storylines. It was actual DLC, not like, hey, go in the same place we sent you. So CD Projekt Red is doing it right. I expect Metro. What's the next Metro? Exodus.
Yeah.
I expect Metro's developer to do it right as well. I spoke with you about this the other day, Spike. Anthem and EA. I'm making a prediction right now. EA
Okay.
and Anthem. Anthem is probably a decent to good game. People aren't going to buy it, though, because of what EA has done. EA, being the company it is, thinking it's the developer's fault and not their own PR and marketing and shit like that. If EA doesn't ruin it with microtransactions, I think it's just not going to sell much in general, or it's not going to meet their ridiculous sales demands like Dead Space. And I think they're going to either axe people at BioWare or axe that BioWare studio.
Yeah.
And their whole idea is going to try and be one of those bully moves of, you see what we did to them. If any of you other developers don't make a game that fucking sells, we'll do the same. Because they've done that to every company they've ever owned that they axed. It's a complete corporate bully move. It's a threatening move to try and scare people to do something that they have almost no control over. When EA comes out with a terrible way to monetize a game, and people see that, aka Star Wars Battlefront 2, and they choose not to purchase it, whose fault is that? The people who made the game, or the people who shoved the shitty microtransactions that no one wanted in, that made it a pay-to-win game? I think we have yet to see as bad as it gets for AAA developers. They're going to keep, and don't get me wrong, there is people dumb enough to back this. We see with Bethesda right now, the couple people that are trying to say it's the YouTuber's fault that Fallout sucks.
Mm-hmm.
There will be idiots that defend it, but we have not seen the end of these AAA developers taking hits. They will continue to take hits because they think that bullying corporate tactics are going to fix the problem that they themselves created. They
Down with the man.
Yeah, they need to discuss things with their consumers and take what their consumers say to heart and turn the boat around. Because if they don't, I mean, what do you want? Do you want to make a shit ton of money in 5 years, or do you want to be around the next 50? And I think they just want to make a shit ton in 5.
I think the ultimate problem with the AAA industry is the fact that to reach AAA level, you need to be backed by a publisher that can afford to give the money that a AAA requires, and that means you basically sell your soul as a developer to these publishers. I mean, imagine these guys who work as developers. They gotta go into these meetings, right, with these fucking suits from the publisher. They gotta sit there and take it, because you can't speak up. You get fired, or they'll fucking shelf your game, or they'll, change it no matter what you say. So pretty much your balls are cut off as a developer when you're underneath these publishers, and I feel for them because like these independent developers. I mean, you make your own choices. So if you want loot boxes, it was your choice. You dug your own grave. But like, it's like even if BioWare didn't want to put loot boxes in, there's no way EA will let them do that. So they're stuck. So you can, I mean, it's hard to hate on BioWare because it's like, well, I mean, unless you hate the fact that they sold out in the first place. But in order to sell out, that's the only way to reach AAA level. So it's like a catch-22, at least for the developers.
I
Well-
absolutely agree with you, Spike.
Yeah, it's a rock and a hard place.
Well,
It's
I-
ultimately
I-
the publisher's fault for everything.
Well, I think there
Probably.
is. I do think there is a shining star in the room that we are missing, and I believe it was Ninja Theory or Team Ninja Theory that did Hellblade: Sesuna's Sacrifice, which I will admit up front right now that I haven't played, but I've been broke for months. That is
I
actually a
played
game. That is actually a game that is really high up that I want to play. I've watched some of it, and that is truly a
published
AAA
that?
game. I think it was Ninja Theory or Team Ninja.
No, that
I
was the
can't
developer,
remember.
right?
Yeah.
Who
So
published it?
they did. It was their own
they
shit.
self-published it?
I believe so. It was their own shit. They
Nice.
weren't under
Wow.
a AAA studio. So I think that game took a few years to develop. It wasn't an overnight. I think that's the thing, right? I think everybody thinks a game needs to be made in a year or two. I think people think a AAA game needs to be 150 to 250 developers.
Fuck that shit. AAA game needs to work fucking right.
No,
Yeah.
see, the thing is,
It really does.
here's the thing, right? And Call of
honestly-
Duty is a perfect example of what a broken fucking piece of shit is. That a AAA
minus.
Fallout 76 and Call of Duty Black Ops 4 are prime examples of a AAA game that still sucks shit. When Black Ops 4 came out, it was broken as fuck. To this day, it's still slightly broken, and Fallout 76 is still completely broken. Now, Hellblade was a prime example of a game where it took them, I think it took them 5-6 years to make it, but they didn't make it with a team of 200 people. They took their time, but they had decent people to make a great game that was, in my eyes, AAA quality. And that's the problem. Everybody has this thing that AAA is massive and fucking Call of Duty, Battlefield, and I don't think a game needs to
Hello
come out.
Games is only like 10 people or something like that.
Yeah, and imagine. All right, so how long did they take to develop that? 3 years before it came out, and it's been another 2.
And they needed about another year, but Sony didn't give it to them.
So
Being
so
a publisher dick move, they pushed it on them, saying you got to put it out anyway.
So my question to you is, if they had 5-6 years to develop that and came out what they have now, are you telling me you wouldn't consider that AAA quality?
Oh, totally. And it never would have gotten any backlash, and it would have probably been like Game of the Year or whatever. And it would have been a big different story if it wasn't for the fact that publishers have the final word on everything
So
because they have the money.
exactly, but in their case, I mean, I guess the hurdle is something I know nothing about, and that is publishing. I don't know the cost association with publishing. I don't know what I'm assuming the publisher is responsible for advertising and shit like that, marketing. With that being said, though, Hellblade is a shining example of a team that could do it by themselves. And honestly, I would have loved to have seen Hello Games do that by themselves across the board. Number one, if they did and they took the time to where they are now and they sold it across PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch, they probably would have sold 5 to 10 million copies. Easy. Like you said, there would have been Game of the Year talks. Now, I think what we're so used to is EA and Ubisoft being able to pump out these AAA titles and them being on a grand scale and the graphics are great. And I think our conceptions of what a AAA game is have been altered by what we've gotten over the years. And now that these companies have taken over so many studios and there's not too many independent big budget studios anymore, I think they kind of are starting to try and alter what a game is for us, adding the loot boxes and microtransactions. Because let's face it, once these become the absolute normal, they are never going away. And we're almost at that point. Yeah, and we're almost at that point. And I think the good thing is people are starting to fight back now. I think with the Yang Yas and the Layman Gaming and the Jim Sterlings and all these guys who speak up about it, if it wasn't for them, we'd already be buried. And more people need to speak up, and more people need to speak by not purchasing these titles. Now, again, if you don't purchase absolutely anything, you'll never buy a game again. But I think it's important to purchase the titles that they do right. And the ones that they do wrong, you really can't buy it. If they're selling you half a game full of loot boxes and microtransactions up front, you can't buy that shit because it feeds them into knowing that they can keep doing it. So
Is that gonna be your New Year's resolution this year? Coming years?
I am 100%. I am 100% going to watch what I purchase from here on out. And that's
the moment the dick-sucking lips that can automatically suck your dick at your fucking command, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna buy it again.
You went out, so I missed half of what you said. I heard dick-sucking lips, and that was about it.
So, for me, I was thinking about the idea that the internet as an entity in gaming has really changed the landscape. Back in the day, we're all old, but you bought a game because it went to stores and it was a finished product. But we as a society are so used to digital, which means everything can be updated, everything can be changed on a whim, that these developers and publishers are taking advantage of that. The fact that we can so easily get microtransactions. I mean, imagine microtransactions in the 90s. What would that be? Think about it. There wouldn't be online. So in order to get your microtransaction, you'd have to go to the game store, buy another disc, bring it home. I mean, back then, just sequel, and you had to wait until they took all this shit of a microtransaction.
Well, it's like that discussion we had that one night, like what DLC would have been like in the 90s. It would have been just a lot more games being put out every year to where you play Mario Brothers and you gotta go back a month or two later to get the next installment to complete the rest of the story, It would just become more different games. That'd be it. But as for the content, that's where they'd be putting it out probably once every quarter. So,
Yeah, I just think it's not that it's blame to pass around, but people who heavily rely upon all digital stuff, you're basically providing them the avenue of this new model that is just built around updates and early access, and it's really just. That's the new norm, and it's not going to change. And the more we get away from physical copies, and the more we do streaming boxes and everything, it's just going to get more and more worse.
Yep.
I mean, so.
Yeah, I agree.
The idea that we're going to buy a finished full product, I don't think we'll ever. By the time 2020 rolls around, I don't see that being the normal thing. I don't think there'll ever be a game from probably the next generation of consoles. I guarantee there will never be a game ever put out that will not require either a day one patch or an update or a DLC or a microtransaction. Any game at all. I don't think about it. Like, wouldn't that be amazing that there's a game, boom, here it is, and there's nothing else to it. You just bought this $20 thing and now you have it. I mean,
I can't
everything is
remember
just patched.
dude. I can't remember buying a game recently that didn't have a fucking day one patch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And to be honest with you, Activision, naughty, there's rumors going around that Call of Duty Black Ops wasn't even finished when they printed the discs, so they didn't put anything really on the discs, and that's why we had a 50 gig update on day one, because it was the whole fucking game.
Class action lawsuit.
Yeah, I agree. But the fact that these developers have so much money, they kind of in a situation where they kind of make the rules. Like, there's certain things you just can't do because you don't have the money to fight them. But yeah,
that's
I'm
why
all,
I'd have to
I'm
do class action.
yeah, and I'm all on board with you, man. I fucking miss the days where you bought the damn thing, you popped it in, and that was it. You buy Madden, you buy GoldenEye, you buy Turok, you buy whatever. It's on a cartridge. You throw it in, you pass controllers
Can you imagine
around.
how disgusting GoldenEye would have been with microtransactions?
Oh,
you want
my-
Oddjob? That's a $4.99 download.
Oh, eat my
you
dick.
Instead of putting 10 maps in the game, we put 3, and you got to pay for the other 7.
And you don't get them all for a year and a half. Yeah, I would have
Now,
probably not been a gamer.
There would have been upside from that. We all would have not played video games then. We would have been playing with our action figures and our fucking tangible toys, or we'd be doing things more physically rather than sitting on our asses.
I would have probably paid more attention in school.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck. Shit. Well, with that being said,
as long as the gaming society is so dependent on digital upgrading and updating on video games, they're gonna want more, better now from here on out. So yeah, in the next 2-3 years, I wouldn't doubt it. Like, I foresee by 2022, there will not be an actual physical copy of a game in store. Everything will become online. If you want to buy a physical copy, you can, but you don't have to. And then everybody will stop going to GameStop and Target and Best Buy. And then that, like, look at Best Buy, how it's transitioned, how like the Best Buy I've been going to for over a decade, it doesn't have sections like it used to because everything has become finite. Everything's become online to where they don't need to go to the store to buy it anymore. Like the video game section in my Best Buy near me, it's like you can't find the video game section. You have to look to find the fucking video game section.
Like T-shirts and
and same goes for movies and music. Like, where's the movie section
It's like,
over there? Where, in that dark hole in the wall? Like, okay, I need to go find a movie. Okay, where's the alphabet? Is it all alphabetized? Yeah, you go to the L's. There's only one copy of each movie on the shelf because that's how not dependent they are to make physical copies of shit anymore.
it's over, boys. The world is over, and then AI is going to take over, and they're going to take control of the nukes. It's all over. Well, to be honest with you guys, I wanted us to get all the negativity out while we roll into the good topics, the positive topics. Let's get some transitional music, fellas. Highball! What's your topic, Monkey Man?
Alright, since you just went on that root rant of just AAA developers being, like, slowly degrading themselves to being triple D developers,
dickheads.
I was gonna just talk about 2018 in review of, like, whether it's the video game community you want to focus on, or if it's just anything in general about your personal lives, or just the world as a whole. 2018 reviewed. Every year sucks. Every year rules. It's all about finding that middle ground gray area that you can consider just being decent for yourself for every year. Me personally, I think 2018 consisted of some good things video game wise. Yes, negatively, but for the good ones, I didn't really, didn't really try any games until the fall came around. But from what I
You
know.
were playing
that came
Fortnite
out.
a lot and early in the year.
Yeah, I had my Fortnite binge, and you can't deny the fact that Fortnite did something that no game has done,
You,
if not
you
ever.
disappeared
and that
for
is-
like 4 months, so we didn't hear from you because all you did was play Fortnite.
Yeah, because that's how it consumed, and then eventually I woke up one day and said, "Fuck, I'm done. I'm tired of this game, like, making me angry and wasting my day trying to be number one in a game when it really doesn't fucking matter when you're one of a billion people in the world." Like, it goes to show you how video games today have become so detracting of actual, like, activity. It's all about being better than everybody now. And even if it's just like a standalone game, you got to be in the game. You have to do the best. You got to get your trophies. You got to get your achievements. But like Fortnite was just something that you can't deny the fact that Fortnite has done something that no other game has ever done. It freaking spread across this earth like a damn virus, and it claimed its victims.
Answer.
Like and it's still doing it. But you can't change it. You can't look at it and go like it was never a big game just because you didn't like it. Like it had its
Cultural
qualities.
phenomenon.
But yeah, it was a cultural bomb. It changed things in video games because everybody else is now trying to adapt to being like Fortnite. But like other things besides that, like good games out of this year, Far Cry 5 or 4 I didn't play, but
5.
that came out and that was a big hit. I know a lot of people that like the game.
Fire.
And it wasn't that much of a disappointment.
I
God
played
of
it.
War,
It was good.
like you mentioned earlier, God of War
Also
came out.
very
That game
good.
was game of the year. Celeste, indie game that I'm not really aware of, but that made a lot of people happy. And it was nice to see like a game like Celeste become a popular game when it's not fucking AAA or mainstream, design. It was actually from everything I've seen on it, it's like, wow, I would not think to ever touch that game because it looks like shit. But apparently it was really entertaining.
It made the
everybody.
SJWs happy, which we all know 2018 is the year of the SJWs.
Let's see
They're
what else
coming
was there.
out.
There was didn't Shadow of Colossus come back out again this year? Wasn't that like earlier this year?
That was last year.
That was last year. That's 17. Okay.
I think it was
let's
late
look-
last year. It was
Then,
August of last year.
I'm drawing a blank between June and August than this year. All I know about this year then so far is just Marvel Spider-Man on PS4, and fucking damn. See, that's how much I'm still hooked on the original Spider-Man games. I just said PS2.
Nice.
Because that's how good they were. The Red Dead Redemption, even though it boils a lot of people's blood, namely Deep Roots here, like it still was a good quality game experience that I can vouch for, but it had its downsides because they tried too hard to focus on this part of the game instead of all around. Then Call of Duty Black Ops 4, I'm not gonna lie, as much as it's kind of gotten sour because of how, like, how someone tries to show off what they're good at, and then 5 minutes in you're like, yeah, they're not good at this like they were 2 minutes in. Like they couldn't keep the longevity up. But everybody's a sucker for a battle royale game these days, and that's mainly why I got it. But the battle royale is still, it has its problems, but it's still interactive and fun in some degree. The zombies was great. We haven't really been able to play something new on zombies because all the other maps are DLC and cost money.
Right.
Zombies and Blackout. Like I've told you guys, I think I talked about this on a podcast like maybe 10 episodes ago. How I said like Black Ops 4 was not worth $60. It was worth $30 because Zombies and Blackout's the only reason I enjoy that game. Multiplayer can kiss my ass, but like it was really worth, in my opinion, $30 because it wasn't good all around. And then we have Fallout 76ers. Like that was a
Disappointment.
I can't say anything good about that, but I haven't even tried it, so I really can't say anything on it. But like, Fallout 76 came out, and that had people's expectations really high, and before the ball even got rolling, people were already, oh god, this is what's happened. Oh no. But like, video game wise, the year was kind of. You said at the top of the hour top of the show, Roots, that this year didn't have a lot of games. When really it actually did, but it didn't have a lot of triple A big franchise games. But it had a lot of games that got talked about because people actually found themselves enjoying a lot of the games that came out this year. Like,
yeah, but at the same time, there was a lot of letdowns too, and there's been more controversy than ever with these games.
yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that if a good game comes out, people enjoy it. It doesn't erase it from existence just because something else bad came out. Like, it was a good year for games, and it was kind of a dull year for games. Like, personally, in my opinion, if I look at the list, the roster of games that came out this year, I'd go, damn, those are a lot of big titles that came out this year. When was the last time this happened? Oh shit, 5 years ago. Like, to me, it was kind of an impressive year for games. Not in the end result, because most of those games were treated with criticism and, poor acclaim, because people always want more. So when the game's over, technically, I want more, but the game's over, so no one's ever happy. Outside of the video game universe, though, for a moment, like other things in 2018 that came out of this year that are pretty good. Neither of us died. That's a plus.
Yay!
Plus. Our friend Roots here got married this year, so congratulations on that.
Bro, that was last year.
Oh.
See, this year's been a long year, man. Feels like it was this year. Felt like it was like around the time I got back online with you guys back in
Well,
March.
we weren't invited to the wedding, so it's hard to remember when it was.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
that is
nobody
really hard. That's a good
was.
point, yeah.
Nobody
But,
was. There was no wedding. What are you guys
let's see,
talking
what
about?
else? Spike got a raise at his job this year, so woot to that. I had a job in August, and that happened. And then let's see. Did I mention that none of us died this year? Yeah, that.
Well, I know me personally, the thing I'm most happy about in 2018, when it comes to video games, was probably
This.
going back and playing Super Mario Brothers.
No. I think I really liked that zombies came back. Like, it had been 2 or 3 years where we didn't have zombies, and I really like zombies. So that, to me, that was fun. I think that was probably one of the highlights of 2018, was just jumping right back into the old swing of the zombies. I enjoyed that a lot. My game of the year was probably God of War. Loved that a lot.
For shizzle.
My game of the year was Spider-Man. No matter what, no matter if it didn't get any awards, it was Spider-Man because that game had no flaws.
Yeah.
Besides that, it ended.
I'm probably gonna buy Red Dead soon. Maybe get it a little cheaper. But I'll probably wind up playing that at some point.
What was your favorite game of the year, Roots, now that you have to look back on it?
Oh, God of War for sure, man. I really enjoyed God of
You enjoyed abusing that little child?
I enjoyed hearing Kratos scream at him 24/7. I think, was it this year or last year? The end of last year? No, it was this year, I think. I bought my 2 terabyte hard drive for my PS4. I don't even look at memory anymore. I just fucking, what is it? Download it. Oh my god, it's so nice not having, oh fuck, it's full again.
Porn,
what am I gonna,
porn.
not on my PlayStation. That belongs on my phone. Just to be able to play what I want and not have to, it's not on my hard drive or some shit like that. Reviewing games. What came out other than God of War this year? Let me go. I mean, I know I download digitally a lot. I'd say I'm half and half right now. Although I like me a good physical copy. Let's see. What? There's not really nothing new I bought outside of that, is there? Oh, Kingdom Come Deliverance. For anybody who watches Deep Roots games, keep an eye out. My wife bought that for me, and I played the first 20 minutes and just never finished. So I have Kingdom Come
you're
Deliverance.
forgetting about South Park. Forgetting about South Park.
Oh.
That wasn't this year, was it?
No, what?
Yeah, it was. I was working while he was playing that.
That
So
was
this year.
in March? Was it March?
No, because I got back online with you guys around May. Because I know that was after Infinity War.
Alright, so South Park, yeah, you're right. South Park, the fractured butthole. We're not going to say butthole, we're going to say butthole, because that is what they intended for the game title. But yes, that was an excellent game. One of the best games as well. I honestly would have put that in my Game of the Year running. Was it a very traditional game in the sense of all the open world shit that was out now? No. But the story was delicious and funny. And the gameplay was addicting, and they had enough variety, and the game was just long enough to where it didn't overstay its welcome. And I played the DLC. Good, a little underwhelming, but at least they didn't charge me $100 for it like EA, Activision, or any of these other shill companies would have. But it was produced by Ubisoft though, so you know, like I said,
Ubisoft.
Yeah, like I said though, you got to pick and choose which games. It's not just the developers, because if you went by developers, you would never buy another game again. So you purchase the games they do right, and then the ones they don't, go fuck it and sit on it. But yeah, look out for some Kingdom Come Deliverance. I don't know if you gentlemen know about it, but basically it's like a hardcore-ish action RPG type game set in medieval times, but it's not like most games set in medieval times where people are hurling fireballs and shit. It's supposed to be more realistic. The combat in the game is supposed to be more realistic. I played the first, I probably played the first hour, and it was really good. I just was playing so much other stuff that it kind of fell off my radar. But
I remember them saying the melee and that is like supposed to be more like brutal and realistic. It's like you have to really be careful with what you're doing when you're meleeing, because you could like go down in one hit or whatever from a well-placed melee.
Yeah. So the thing is, they actually it's supposed to be more realistic like that, but they also learned about the old fighting styles back then, so it's supposed to be a lot more realistic. It's not like somebody could swing a 50-pound sword at 100 miles an hour, you know. But I don't know if you'll ever play it, Spike, or if we'll ever be closer physically at some point. I can lend it to you, but if you want, hopefully that can be one of the games in the new year that I start off streaming. So if you want to check that out, anybody out there that's interested, I will be playing that in the new year.
Nice.
But what else? Life-wise, life sucked a D. I was in one of the most stressful jobs ever with people that I thought gave a fuck about me, but they didn't. Unfortunately, I had to step away from that for my safety, as my life was risked twice. People I worked with, life was risked, and the safety concerns were not taken serious, so I had to walk away from that. Unfortunately, that's left me jobless for the last 3 months with a shit ton of bills. But hopefully,
Donate that Deep Roots underscore games.
dead ass. I don't know what I'm doing for rent next month. But on another note, though, hopefully, with the thinking I've done these last couple days, Hopefully, life gets on track for Deep Roots. Hopefully, life gets on track for anybody who doesn't think theirs is. But I definitely think I need to get mine on there. And I hope the streaming thing works out for us, because that is an enjoyable part of my week. Getting on with you guys, talking some shit, occasionally having someone join us in conversation to let us know we are not fucking crazy. I really enjoy putting content out. It's cool to see us being able to put something out in the world. It's really cool. Like I told you, I left a comment on Sid Alpha's page, and he actually liked my comment. So I was like, oh, holy shit. That's cool to know I'm not the only crazy person that thinks this way. And not that we're even gonna always agree, but it's cool to talk about something and share it, and even get a little bit of feedback here and there. So
Yeah.
for those of us who don't know, we are happily not done. Let's get some transition music, damn it. God
In 2019,
damn.
we pledged to get better transition music.
We are low budget. If we ever step the budget up, we're gonna get a fucking. I want someone to make us a theme song for this fucking show.
Yeah, so I basically wanted to talk about 2019, looking towards the future. The year is wrapping up here, guys. So, what are we what are we looking forward to most in the upcoming year? But before we talk about that, I guess Roots was mentioning about the channel. We've been talking about some changes that we might do. This show in particular will go into a slight hiatus, coming back sometime in January with a different format slightly. It'll be a lot less structured. The topics don't have to pertain to really gaming or anything like that. They can be whatever we want. And this will be more of a just kind of let loose, go crazy, talk about whatever we want podcast. And we don't necessarily even have to do topics. It'll be more just a conversation. And the other show that will take kind of this show's place that we are working on the title for, but it'll be more related to gaming and movie news of that week. And it'll be kind of a very concise show that just hits all the highlights, and it's short, sweet, and fun, and we'll probably be doing that on a weekly basis. But I'd also like to see us do more kind of fun content. So you might see some shows out there that are kind of jokey shows, and they're short episodes that we can throw on YouTube and have some content there. And then I'd like to see Roots do some Let's Plays of like full games from start to finish. That'd be pretty cool.
Kingdom Come.
That would be a long Let's Play, but yeah.
God, yeah, it would.
But like for instance, we might do a Let's Play of No Way Out from start to finish and put that on YouTube and everything. But like Root said, we want to get to 50 followers. I think it'd be cool if we could get more regulars, and kind of, I guess, some goals and some things in the future for the channel. I've had fun doing it, and as far as what I'm looking forward to in media, I actually am excited for Star Wars Episode 9. Just because I don't know how they're gonna fix it. Like, it's so bad where it is that you gotta think that there's no way to correct the course, but a slim sliver of hope is there for enough of excitement in me that, like, okay, maybe it could be, maybe they turn it around, maybe they like amaze us with.
Could you say a new hope?
Yeah, a newer hope, the newest hope. I mean,
The last hope.
like, I had no hype for 7 or 8. I really didn't. And I'm a Star Wars fan. Like, so for me, I was so like, whatever. I don't care anymore. They fucked it up. But I actually kind of care about.
To God, it doesn't. Suck.
Can they redeem? That's like my whole thing is like, can redemption happen? Is it possible? Like, it's like this underdog story at this point
Spike.
for me. What?
If they just came out and said, sorry, we fucked it up, scrap everything we just did, and here's one last movie, let's try and give it a go. Would you be happier?
Happen,
no, I'm saying, would that be okay to you if they said, look, instead of having one guy do all 3 of these, we fucked up. We tried to rush him. We were trying to push him out and cash in. We're sorry. Can we start over?
If they addressed the plot holes, I'd be happy. Like, none of this shit makes sense. Why would you write it this way? I mean, I don't know. So,
well, you have exactly 1 year until that movie comes out, so you'll have exactly 1 year to.
We're sorry if we said she learned all this in 2 days. We meant 2 years. That would be better.
So that'll be Christmas of 2019, right?
Yep. In
Yeah,
fact,
so-
to be more precise, it was like made 2 days ago. It would come out exactly 2 days ago, a year from. So.
Nice. Well, I'm hyped. That's the thing. As far as movies go, that's the thing I'm most excited about. That I might actually go to the theater to see, because I don't actually go to the theater. Video game wise, there's a theory that Death Stranding could come out this year coming because of a lot of things. A lot of people are saying that they're done. They're done filming.
Let me get my tin hat on.
Yep. Grab your foil. Hold on, Highball. I'll be right back.
Norman Reedus has said they've done filming. Troy Baker said he's done filming. So now, they'd spend a year putting all the digital effects on. And Kojima has gone on record saying that the game will come out before the date that Akira was set, which I think is like Christmas of or New Year's Eve of 2020 or something like that. So that would put it like right at the end of this coming year. And me personally, you guys know, August 12th.
Yeah, but that could also be just like a broad statement of like, oh, the movie will be out before New Year's 2020, which that could be any time before then. Like
right.
September,
No,
October,
I know. But like, if it comes out this year, that's the game I'm most hyped about, just because of like, it's something different. It's not the next Call of Duty. It's not the next, sequel. This is something completely different. I mean, even if it's shit, at least it was different.
Metal Gear Solid Redemption.
I mean, you got to give him credit. He definitely knows how to pull on the curiosity strings, and I'm very, very curious for Death Stranding, and that's my hype for gaming next year. And personally, for next year, I want to get back in shape. I feel really fucking unfit right now, and I'd like to see myself get back into some sort of a regiment.
Not round, not fluffy.
No, I just want to, just feel more fit. I don't have to lose weight necessarily.
You don't want to be as squishy.
On that body.
Sure. I'll definitely take
You'd rather
unsquishy.
feel like a brick house than a falling back.
I hear you on that.
Yeah.
I've gotten squishy sitting at home these last couple.
But,
I've got bony.
But that's my other thing I'm looking forward to, is doing more scheduled exercises. What about you guys? What about movies and stuff for you guys?
I just thought about it. I'm actually excited for something next year, other than hopefully getting my life on track. I am excited, hopefully.
Alita Battle Angel.
No, fail. Hashtag fail. I am excited but afraid.
Cowboy Bebop live series.
I don't know what to say about that.
I don't even know
So
if it's supposed to come out next year.
I'm
It's supposed to come out,
excited,
like-
but I'm sad. I'm excited for Borderlands 3. It's got to be next
yeah.
year. There's big rumors saying it's 85% done. I think it has a chance to come out next year. And I'm excited by it. So you guys know I really like playing games with you. But I also like playing games with my wife. And one of the games we played, and one of the games we were streaming this year or the end of last year, I think, was Borderlands 2 with all the pre-sequel to and all the DLC. And it was a good time playing the game with her, cursing at each other. Oh, fucking go there. I am fucking going there. What are you It was fucking great. I think if you guys, if it wasn't a shit game, if 2K doesn't destroy it, and if it's fun, I can only imagine me, my wife, and possibly you two playing 4-player co-op on that, just going crazy, cursing, laughing, looting, shooting, grinding.
I would really love a new Borderlands, 100%.
I agree with that. Shake my hand, bro. Just grab it. Just shake it. Is my
I
hand
don't have
sticking
that
out?
emote.
You don't when you hit down and then R1, it's not the. Yeah, it is. It's slot number 5, bro. Go
I've
up.
changed it on mine.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. But a new Borderlands, man, I'm really, really fucking excited for. I hope they don't fuck it up, but they probably will because it's 2K games. But I also think I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and again, my prediction. I think Anthem's gonna be decent to good. The problem is anybody going to buy into it, or is everybody going to immediately, what in the fuck? Everybody is going to, I got to walk away from this mess. I think everybody's going to immediately write it off, to be honest. I don't think anybody's going to give it a fair shake. And like you said, it's not the developer. It's not like the people making the game are going to try not to make a good game. It's just dependent on, is 2K gonna fuck it up. So I'm really excited for Anthem and possibly Borderlands 3. Game wise, is there any other games I'm excited for? There's a couple, I just can't think of them right now.
Any movies you excited for?
Endgame. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Right? Who's not fucking excited for that? I mean, really.
That's my boy,
It's-
Roots.
Well, look.
Shut the fuck up.
let me put it this way. I highly doubt a lot of people are gonna miss it if you've watched any of the Marvel movies before. So I don't. Not that I'm saying that everybody's like on board like me and Highball are. Oh my god, greatest movie ever! But I think damn near everybody's gonna fucking see it. I think it's gonna set
Hell yeah,
records
son.
because people want to see the resolve. Spike, did you watch the last Avengers?
No.
Okay, maybe you're like one of 3 people then. Everybody who even knows what happened.
I didn't get it free from the library yet.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
It'll
Well,
be free on Netflix as of Tuesday. It'll be free on Christmas on Netflix.
Alright,
So.
I'll probably watch it then.
yeah, I highly
Infinity
recommend it.
War.
Even if you don't like superheroes, it's entertaining, you know.
And honestly, I'll tell you what people have told me and what I've read, and really how I truly feel about it being a movie that you don't need to see every movie that leads up to it, because it stands alone on its own, to where it's its own story without really needing to know much backstory. There will be some things that's like, wait, huh? But it's not like all over the place. It's a movie that they did so well that you can just sit there and watch it without seeing any of the prior movies. Like, if you have any questions about it, you don't really need an answer because you just see what happens in the movie. It's that good of a standalone that you don't need to see everything else.
To me, I'm
Got it.
thinking in my
I'll check it
head,
out.
anybody who sees it is going to want to see the resolve. Like, we know people are coming back. We know it's going to get reversed. But how? That's the big question. How? How are they going to go about it? Because
Magic.
it's
Comic
almost
book
100% certain it's not going to follow the comics.
Science.
Yeah, it's almost 100% certain it's not going to follow the comics, you know? So the question is, how? Adam Warlock? Maybe? No? Who's going to save... Oh, I can't even, I'm going to spoil it. I can't talk about this. Next. And I'm also excited for hopefully resolving my life problems. But that's a topic discussion for the private room of the private realm, my personal life. But I hope that we continue on with our podcast and streaming and gaming, because I've known you guys for years and years and years and years, and honestly, I don't want to stop.
Yeah. I love you guys. I don't know how to quit you.
I know. I mean, the thought of it scares me. Is that homo?
What
Is
am I
that-
looking
are we
forward
okay?
to in the new year? Video game wise, let me just make a real fast, like, lickety split fucking rundown of like
Lickety
some
split.
games. Some games that are coming out next year: Skull and Bones, Gears 5, Wolfenstein.
Oh,
Young
somebody
Blood,
brought the
Star Wars,
list.
Jedi
Fucking
Fallen Order.
What were you excited for that you remembered off the top of your
Doom
head?
Eternal, Ori and the Will of the Wisp,
Cheater.
Codebane, Sea of Solitude,
Fucking
Control, Total War 3 Kingdoms, Travis Strikes Again, No More,
This
Ace
fucking
Combat
cheater.
7, Skies Unknown,
Dude,
Kingdom Hearts
oh my
3,
God, you're just
Resident
reading the
Evil 2,
Wikipedia.
So he's
Crackdown
excited
3,
for nothing.
Trials Rising, Jump Force, Dead or Alive 6, Anthem, Metroid,
Oh my
Exodus. That
He's
is just
excited-
A-lists.
You're
amongst
excited
many
for
other
nothing,
lists.
Highball. You didn't remember not a one game on
Well,
your
no,
own.
like, it's true. I'm not excited for really
Okay,
many
well
games
that's
next
hey,
year.
say
Like,
it, brother.
Like, that's why I want to read down the list, because they're going to punchline being like, none of this shit matters to me. But however, there's one game that does stand out, and it's thanks to Spike showing me a video the other day that I'm actually intrigued in, and that's the game coming out next year called Control. Because the trailer that Spike showed me, that he sent us in a text, and I watched it, and you know what? That makes me kind of perk my ears and go, what was that? Because it looks interesting, and I would be damned if it's not an interesting game. Like, if that's a game that comes out next year and it gets nothing but flack, that will surprise me, because that trailer was damn intriguing, man. Like, really.
Yeah, it was.
Like, I could say I'm excited for that. Anything else though? No, not really. Like, the majority of next year's titles are all titles from yesteryear, but with a colon title attached to it. Like, come on.
Except for Death Stranding. Unless Death
Like,
Stranding
think
is
of something-
colon Metal Gear Solid.
What if it's death stranding? Like, we're supposed to get what that means.
Like your colon is gonna suffer death.
blown.
Like, Gears 5? Come on now. We're done. Like, we don't need Gear 5 anymore. Like, it's over. Like, let it go.
Oh yeah, more sequels.
Doom Eternal. Man, I stopped Doom like 20 years ago. I don't need another story, even though the other ones people
No,
love. I
actually,
don't need it.
I will say I don't think that's coming out next year. I think it's 2020. But I actually am excited for Doom Eternal. It looks
Well, this is
really
a list.
cool.
This is just a bait. This is just like a list of like what's expected to possibly come out next year. That's why it's so big, so long. But Resident Evil 2, come on, are you fucking kidding me? Like Resident Evil 2, for real? Dead or Alive 6. What?
That's a remaster.
Remasters are nice, but
Dead
like,
or
come up with
Alive
something
is for a
new.
game that certain people like to play with one hand.
Anthem, I wouldn't be surprised if Anthem gets like turns out to be just like the first Rage, where Rage was like, oh, it's okay, but it has more haters than likers. And also, anticipating next year for video games, I think I'm. Everybody else can agree with me here. If Bethesda comes out and announces another Fallout game for next year, we're all just gonna say no.
Yeah.
Like if they come out somewhere and at E3 and say Fallout 77.
They burned a lot of bridges there. There's not even any hype for the next Elder Scrolls game because they said it's going to run on the same crappy engine that everything else runs on.
I honestly think like what Bethesda can only do, I think their only option is to go away for a while, like disappear for 5 years and then come back, like and then announce something big. Like don't keep trying. Like they really messed up with 76. They really did.
Yeah.
Crackdown 3 though, Crackdown 3, that's gonna be something crazy, right?
Yeah.
Battletoads
Alright, guys,
Beyond.
Come back to our seats so we can wrap it up.
Can you
Wrap
can you guess
it
where I am?
up.
Can you find me? Can you find me, Spike?
We've been
Yeah,
up there
we've
like
already
6
been over there.
times.
Well, I can't see you still. I can only see Roots.
Oh, well, I was up there like 6 times.
But yeah, Avengers Endgame. That's the one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to next year.
This ain't even
Besides
working
getting a
seats,
job.
damn it.
Oh, now I can see you. What the fuck? Now you're back. But yeah,
we'll have
like,
working
finding
seats
a
next
job. Death Stranding and Control are the games I'm looking forward to. Just I want to know what the fuck Death Stranding is. Period. Movie-wise, Avengers Endgame, and then finding a job and staying alive.
Yeah,
Is that a movie?
Staying Alive was a good song from Portal 2.
Wow.
That's what I'm looking forward to, and plus staying in touch with you guys and doing this. Like to digress back to my topic real fast of my segment of like review. I want to say I confidently can say like the best part of my year was getting back online with you guys. That was
Aww.
because my year's been sort of dull. Everybody else has kind of been doing their own thing and moving on with their lives and starting families and careers, and I really haven't had anything like that. And so getting back online with you guys was kind of giving me some sense of purpose to do something productive besides just sit around and watch TV. But yeah, I love you guys.
Aww. Make me all world.
Oh, you're so much!
But I think the next year will be awesome. But if you have not followed Deep Roots _ Games, you better do it because we need 50 followers by Christmas. Sweet Jesus. Please give us a little Christmas miracle. Tell your friends. Check out our YouTube channel. We're going to be adding a lot more content coming next year there.
Full playthrough, Deliverance, Kingdom Come, because that's one of the last games I have that I haven't played. And Dragon Age Inquisition, 6 years old. Fuck yeah.
Your turn now. But yeah.
Turned down for what?
Rootsy Pootsy, take us out.
Gentlemen, it was nice knowing you. I'll see you guys in another year.
Happy holidays.
Oh, guys. Seriously, though, we need some follows. I don't want to be in an empty room when I stream anymore. Yeah, hopefully everybody has a festive...
Well, Skyman, thanks for being in the chat.
Oh,
Skyman,
dude.
you're number one.
Skyman was our number 1 this year. Oh, thanks, Sky. I just noticed he said he likes the new digs. These are not currently working chairs. We're cheating a little bit. If you can see that, we are clearly doing an emote over them. But next time you see us, they will work.
Don't give up on us yet, Skyman. 2019, we're gonna have better production value.
We're gonna have seats. We're gonna have real seats.
Yes, we will. We'll have we're gonna have a garden next time you see us. A garden. Imagine that.
Oh shit.
But yeah, we're going to you're gonna see a lot more of us in the future. A lot more often, more stuff, more content. It's coming your way, guys. I hope everybody has a festival this festive year. You know what?
Merry
Fuck
Christmas,
it.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. I don't know what other holidays people celebrate.
Kwanzaa,
Kwanzaa.
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa,
What-
Al-Fasir.
Can I be ignorant for like 2 minutes, guys? No, seriously though. I hope everybody has a great
That's when
holiday.
they win. Roots. That's when they win.
Okay.
Everybody have a great holiday. Be safe. We'll see you guys next year. Any parting words, fellas?
Goodbye.